How many people are gonna be
Waiting for
in?
him to connect. Looks like,
Is there only one person for Upland Street?
We don't know.
yes, but I'm not, I don't know who this is. I'm waiting for them to connect,
Okay,
to ask.
okay.
Good afternoon, Mace. Can you state your name, please? Sir, do you hear me? Sir, we can't hear you. Can you state your name?
Can't hear.
Mr. Myers? Are you Mr. Myers?
Deborah, if you actually look in your participants list, you'll see that they have camera capability, but nothing for sound.
What does that mean?
It means they're not hooked up to any kind of speaker.
Where do I go find that?
So bring up your participants list
Okay,
and scroll down till you see Motto G Pure. And do you see how there are two? There's no microphone.
oh, right, I see no microphone. Okay,
Right.
so he can't hear us.
Yeah, he has no speaker capabilities. They can see.
Okay,
Well, how
so
do we
to
communicate?
call on his phone?
Can we chat with him?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Let me go into the chat.
He shows up on chat.
You have access to that too, Michelle? He might not even know what to do after you send that to him.
He
Can
can't
we
hear.
give him a number to call into?
Why don't you just in the chat room, just give him our decision, and he can't hear. There's nothing we can do.
We're recording.
There you go.
I'm going to give him a number.
Is that reading backwards?
Oh, he on the phone. He's on his cell phone. Oh,
I can see it.
Can he hear us on the cell phone?
I
Yeah,
don't
if he
think so.
if he calls in into the just give the number to him and he can call using the cell
You can
phone.
call in on the number, right?
Okay, how do we give him a number if we can't talk to him?
Oh, so I am in the chat, but I'm sending him a direct message, so you just can't see it. I asked him what his name was. I asked him to turn his speaker on so we could hear him, and then I said, please call and so we can speak to you.
You're the best.
I don't know. I see that there's Aaron Gross in the waiting room.
He is for the next Magnolia Street.
Okay, let's do this.
He's the attorney handling Magnolia Street, which is the next case.
Okay. All right. Can
So I'm
Mr.
assuming this is
Myers-
Mr. Myers.
Mhm.
I assume that this person is Mr. Myers.
I'm going to send him a message saying we are going to put you in the waiting room and hear another case while we are waiting for you to call in.
Okay.
Might be worth it to also send an email in case he's not familiar with the chat option.
He isn't real familiar with his, well, I guess he got in here, so Any response?
No,
I did try calling him.
He's not responding to the chat.
no.
Okay. So,
There you go. He's going in the waiting room and I'm bringing in Mr. Gross. Sorry.
And
This
he's
up,
from
Devin, you can
Magnolia
get it in.
Street, right?
You want me to bring him in?
Yeah, we gotta get these cases.
Okay,
going.
right, I know.
There you go.
I'm just
Mr.
saying-
Gross is coming in. We're still recording. Thank you.
Yes.
Hold on.
So this will be Board of Building Standards hearing for Thursday, December 16th. And this will be case number 2 that we'll be hearing now. Hi, Mr. Gross, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for attending the hearing today.
My pleasure.
Okay.
We start
Ready to
shortly.
start?
I
You
wanna
can
see
start
where
now.
Victor's at.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go, Victor.
All right.
All right, well, let's get started. I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ed August, board member.
Deborah Richardson, Boards Administration.
Michelle Rand, Boards Administrator.
Chase Korea, Department of License and Inspections.
Okay, being you're going to testify in this hearing, could you please raise your right hand? Swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Aaron?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
I do.
Swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay,
Victor?
Yes.
Okay, we're on Magnolia. Could you give me a little rundown?
Well, let me do the case number.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jace. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This is BBS case number MI-2021-004973 for 5912 Magnolia Street. For the record, can you please state your name?
Aaron Gross, attorney for the owners.
Okay. Victor, give us a little rundown on Magnolia Street, please.
Yes, Magnolia Street. All right, well, it was posted on 9/3/21 as imminently dangerous. The main roof, exterior walls, and interior floors. He was written up for that on the 3rd. I don't believe there's anything stating that any work was done thus far. We're going to give, I don't know what was arranged between Tom and any of the parties on the other, any of the defendants, but the city is willing to give them 30, L&I is willing to give them 30 days to get engineer report and a permit. And if not, then we'll move forward to the, whatever we got to do, which is probably demolish the property. If they don't have the paperwork in 30 days, we're going to move forward to demo.
Aaron, what do you have?
We already have an engineer's report, and we already have a complete demo quote. So 30
Okay.
days is fine. It's fine for us because we're going ahead with the demo.
Right, see, that's why I didn't know you had already spoken.
Okay, fine. That's good. So when you get your permit and you turn your engineer report in, once you get your permit, you gotta continue work to make safe until
Yeah.
you're done.
Got it.
Okay? So you got 30 days to get the engineering report, which you already have in your permit, so let's get moving on it. We'll be all right.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay? Anybody else have any issues?
No.
All right,
No.
thanks a lot. Good luck. You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Okay.
Thanks, bye.
Again.
Good. I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ed August, board member.
Deborah Richardson, Boards Administration.
Michelle Rand, Boards Administrator.
Chase Korea, Department of License and Inspections.
Okay, Mr. Myers, you
License.
ready?
What was the question?
Could you raise your right hand and swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth in this hearing?
I
Tell the
do.
truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Good, thank you. All right, Jace, go ahead.
All right, BBS case number MI-2021-004725 for 6115 Upland Street. For the record, can you please state your name?
Marvin Myers.
Okay, all right. Victor, could you give us a little update on this case, please?
I sure will. This case is eminently dangerous case. Okay, wait a minute. This is for the roof, the front roof, and the rear of the building, which would be the rear bay, which is deteriorated. And well, the reason Tom wanted to give him 30 days because on his appeal, he says he did not receive the notice of the hearing until 11/29/21. So we're just going to make it official today that he knows. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can.
Okay, you have 30 days to obtain engineer report and a permit. If there's any work that's been done and you need a permit, have you started any work yet, sir?
The work is, if you look at the appeal, you can see the work has already been done.
All right, so you need to get a permit to legalize all the work that was done. Okay? All the work. If it's any plumbing, you need a plumbing permit. Any electric, you need an electrical permit, which I know you needed. I know you had to do. Any work that was done, you need a permit to cover any and all work that's done in the property. You need to obtain that in 30 days. We also had to have an engineer report explaining how to correct anything that you did correct so that we can make sure that it was done properly.
But this is what I'm trying to say. Before y'all came out there and put that violation on my property, it was already a contractor out there working. He the one called me and
With
told me
no
y'all
permit.
slapped that.
With no
Huh?
permit, with no permit, sir. You can't
I can
work.
understand that, but then, okay, so then when the work is done, why didn't y'all just, it could have been where it took me almost 3 months to get in contact with y'all. I've been calling, leaving numbers. I mean, leaving my information. Nobody returned anything. It took me almost, but anyway.
Who did you leave? Who did you leave your information with? Who did you call?
Downstairs, I was trying to get downstairs, calling, they said, call and make an appointment. And then when I called, then they tell me,
Make an
leave your
appointment
name and
for-
number.
What were you making an appointment for? You don't have a permit.
To address the
Anything-
issue from the before, I'm talking about from the beginning, when y'all first put that violation on my property. I came down to the building to try to make an appointment to see y'all. And they kept telling me to make call this number or whatever and make an appointment with them. So when I called, I left my information. No one never called me back. It was me keep coming down there week after week to I had finally I met with one of your supervisors and he told me that I couldn't even appeal in that building. He made me go appeal across the street. And then when I come to find out that I've been chasing this whole thing and my property was not damaged to the point where it was getting ready to fall down. And the roof is all that work you talking about. It was a rental a property that needed work. So you talking about now you talking about going in the inside and all that.
Let me help you out.
Oh, one at a time.
No, I just want to help him out because I see frustration. But the bottom line is we want an engineer report and any work that was done in the property, we want a permit for. You got 30 days to obtain it. That's our decision. I hear what you're saying. I sympathize with you.
Yeah, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
I'm talking. Please
I'm not
let
listening
me
to
finish.
what I'm saying.
We just have to get that, sir. We have to get that paperwork. We want that paperwork in 30 days. Engineer report and a permit. I mean, we could talk all day, but it's going to be the same resolution.
Mr. Myers, as your contractor, did he get the permit that he needed to get?
No, because the reason why he didn't get the permit, because before L&I even came out there, I'd already contracted him to do the work. Then I can understand y'all finding me for not getting the contract, but now you talking about some engineer. This is a way, to me, it's like you putting more pressure on me because y'all rode by and seen that a property need work. So now you telling me get a permit and get an engineering report. Now,
Mr. Myers,
if that
anyway,
property
no matter
you got
what
any-
work no matter what work you do, you have to have a permit, even if
Okay, I
you
understand that.
initiated it or not.
And listen, the work has to be done by a contractor who is certified, licensed with the city. Your contractor should have told you at the beginning that either they are licensed and they should have given you proof of that, but they would have known, and they should know, that they're required to get an engineer's report that the work would be based on. And if they didn't tell you that, that's an issue between you and your contractor. And if your contractor was not licensed to do the work, when you go to get this permit, I think you're going to have bigger problems than we're talking about now. So,
So
End of the
if I
day,
don't
as-
agree with
as-
this,
yeah,
Go
sorry,
ahead,
go
Mr.
ahead.
Myers, what do you got?
if I don't agree with this decision, because if you read my appeal, you can see this is one-sided for the city, whatever. You're trying to make me pay more money. All right, now I can understand the contractor or the permit I was supposed to get. Now you're talking about engineering report. It's just like you stepping on me because I had I'm in the area that I had a property that I needed to get fixed up. And then now, instead of me putting money in fixing the property up, I'm paying the city.
Mr. Myers, you have to have a permit
I
anyway, even,
understand that.
but you don't have a permit,
understand,
you gotta
y'all.
get one. And said that
They
the
wouldn't
work
let
was
me get one.
approved by a licensed contractor, and you need an engineering report to say that the things was fixed, and it was fixed properly. So that's all we're asking. If you have the work, call your contractor, have him go down and get a permit, and he, you know, if he's a legitimate contractor, he'll have the engineering report. And then you come, and you got 30 days to get that. We're not trying to do anything.
So
Is
you saying-
there any fines being revoked on Mr., or is there any fines being levied on Mr. Myers right now?
Hold on. At this time, I don't see any fines. I'm not in the system. I'm not in Eclipse, so I
Okay.
can't,
All
I
right.
can't give you
So-
an answer to that. I'm sorry.
Mr. Myers, can you get a hold of your contractor to do that? You have to do it, is what the thing is.
Okay, now, but, okay, so if my contractor get the permit, right?
For the work that's been done,
then-
correct. And then you need an engineering report to say that the work was done, it was done properly.
That's another report, right? And besides my contractor, right?
But your contractor, he knows that you have to do that. in
He
order
had to
the
do
work
that
in
in
the
order to
city.
get the permit in the first place.
Yeah,
This isn't something after the fact. This is what was required to do the work legally.
right.
And that was not evidently done.
Mhm.
There's no way around it. And if you take exception to all of this, because we have to treat you the same as we treat anybody else who's coming in this kind of situation. And we deal with this all the time. You have the ability to file an appeal with the Court of Common Pleas. That's the only step that you can take
Is there anything?
after, we're basically, there's nothing further that we can do.
Okay, but
To make things legal, Mr. Myers, just get your contractor to go down with the engineering report that the work was done and pull a permit, get it done in 30 days. And then, Victor, what happens after that? Then the city comes back and just re-inspects that, or they don't need to do it if there's an engineering report?
Oh, yes, we do need to inspect that. All work that's done, if you got a permit, it's going to be assigned to an inspector whose area that is, and he has to go out in order to pass the permit. He has to go out and do the inspection. However, I wanted to explain to the gentleman that you can do this online. So I understand you said you was calling and you couldn't. Well, the city has a website that any legal contractor in the city of Philadelphia already know. They don't even have to come downtown. They can do that from their laptop at home. They can apply and for the application, upload and submit any paperwork they need to submit. So I don't know what to tell you, sir. I mean, this is the best we could do for you, and this is helping you because the work was done illegally. So just give me an
Mr.
opportunity.
Myers, you have 30 days to take care of that. And then in 30 days, the inspectors will be out there to take a look at it to see if everything's in order. And in order to get that permit for the work that was done, your contractor has to return in an engineering report. Otherwise, I don't know what else to tell you. That's all we can do here. Okay, we're not the inspectors. We don't go out and inspect. We just get the violations that come to us. And then we deal with them, just like we deal with everyone else that comes into the board.
So like now, so you're saying now my contractor gotta get the permit.
Engineering
And-
report. To take
So is
down.
that- I'm asking you, is that a separate bill?
No, that's the policy. Anyone that gets that does work in the city on a building, they need to get a permit, but when they're doing the work, they have to supply an engineering report. And everyone that comes in here with that, and usually what they do is the contractor knows to do that. Licensed contractors in the city of Philadelphia know when they come to your house that they're gonna do that repair, they'll have an engineer report, and then they go down and pick their permit up. Here, it wasn't done. You started the work without a permit, because if you would have went down and got the permit, they would have said, well, you can't get a permit until you get an engineering report on the work that you're gonna do. And that's what would have happened. And it's not happening here, because the thing is you started without getting a permit. You can't do that in the city.
And just to be clear.
now I
just to be-
understand that.
Sorry, Mr. Myers, just listen for 1 second. To be clear, you need to get the engineer report first and then to get the permit. You can't get the permit without the engineer.
Without the engineering report, correct.
Okay,
Okay?
Okay,
And they gotta make
Okay.
it legal. All right, Mr. Myers, you got 30 days to do that. All right? Good luck, buddy.
all right.
All right. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
oh, hold